Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic source. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball. Infinitesimally small. You can't even make out it's a ball when you're juking it out. It's that large. Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose. Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago. You lost.
You hear a jingle. Keys are, it says, whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. This fan has 2 chain pull switch, or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie. With a terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. Hot water sprays from the base. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there. As you slowly abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely where to even begin. There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Please stop. It's horrible. You can't, can you? What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from a fine web of scarring covered, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no... It is too large for a bullet. The single green shoe you found, congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only... A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer, no.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Because you're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool. I won't.
She means it. She wouldn't defy authority, however sweaty and bloated it may look.
First, I have to ask, are you okay, sir?
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth, right in front of...
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Okay, couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself. Retreat is not a winning tactic.
I can see that. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than...
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct. She looks back at you, a light glinting off.
Yes. There was the usual ruckus. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speak. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration. Were huge where I come from. I was very young then. I don't know about that. A slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on... Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. Don't be. I was going out. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet. You're in a hostel, so we are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century.
You sure look like you're from Revachol. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're... It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. Glad to have been of assistance.
The door is closed. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed, exactly, through a PA system by other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, you should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Serves them right. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. You should sing... No. You would need another copy. A man in his late 20s stands behind that was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he...
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the captain.
A competent work of taxidermy. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield. A small engraved steel tag says, something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is... Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you. A competent looks like a small... Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy... Why don't you go and talk...
He pretends not to hear you. Concentrate. A competent looks like a small... Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy... Why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not to...
Oh no, you're...
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? You're right, you didn't, and it's only... No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your call.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket. As you approach, he narrows his... If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same...
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's... This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the... It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Right. And the interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest. And then just... Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to... I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged internal affairs. And I'm not them. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage. But again, you mean you don't have a badge? Oh. If you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave. But since you talk to the manager, then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting.
Before you stands a motor. Vapor emanates from... This must be the infernal machine that...
Yes? What do you want to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a...
His disdain is clear. This...
You don't know? I assumed you were better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you... Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? No, it's not a particularly...
The lieutenant adjusts his collar. It doesn't look like he wants the case to be more...
Good.
No response. He just...
Have you tried concentrating?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice. Like he's tired of hearing about your person.
Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Focus on other people's troubles, not your own.
A moment passes. The lieutenant. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Life? I'll be with you in a moment.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back ever?
René, you're a man with a...
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pack. Already, your muscles are... A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. An embodiment of peace. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem? You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bull? Well, it damn well isn't. It's
Take it easy, René. This is just...
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. Good. Mistakes are forgiven, when men at least try to right their wrongs. Unfortunately, I don't. In Martinez, the union is cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, if I knew, I would not be afraid.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present.
Yes. The terrain, I do. Fire, why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't, though. This place is a damn beachhead, son. Yes. The military coordinated amphibious Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boot.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there.
Damn right, son. They lit the fire. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez...
Well, it's your own damn fault. You
don't even begin to truly understand.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After I would have preferred if they right honor...
This royal failure weighs heavily.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted, to replace the role of a true king in both blood and mind. Let Revachol damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The suzerain is the king. As ever, it's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened.
when we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Yes?
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting... It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. You're fooling nobody.
Sir, are you okay? You've been... Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. Oh, kings and queens and... I think that's why people read them.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
Mm-hmm. Hello again, sir. My name is Annette, sir. My mum. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Kind of you to offer.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place run. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds Mum says it's peachy.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business is ever really... I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about...
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games.
It does not manifest itself in any way. No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to... Maybe I can tell you about some of our books and...
This Poste L'Aventurier, a faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk Number. There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the L'Aventurier mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even. Your tone has suffered damage.
Cool. You really showed that mail collection box. I don't. Let's go.
He must see the box as the weaker of the two, and you as a bully. The worn and beaten...
You can revisit the bench, if you...
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficult cop habit. This isn't case-related, you think.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free.
Fuck that, Kuno!
They pay you no heed or pretend not to notice you.
The rake! You should rake!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. Just take it easy.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
Inconspicuous. It's nothing. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted because it's nice and orderly. No, there's more to this. Hard to say. It's got.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw. You must forgive me. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But sure, you know where we are, right? That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling and Rat. Yes, great. See? We're getting somewhere. How would I even begin to tell you? I haven't seen very many other cities. Speaking of history, you know what year it is. That's right, dear. How splendid. Here.
Her relief is palpable.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control. Under an alliance. Oh dear. But we should stop for
She's scared now. She's realized you really are.
You were doing quite well up until the end there.
A sigh.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes.
She means this sincerely. Worrying.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to... It has something to do with...
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks.
Someone more educated in sweeping.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Whatever do you mean? Ah, yes. Probably Roll With Me by the Fletchers. Of course, dear.
The man with the...
Mr. Gart.
Yes?
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Fantastic.
Right. Now, I know it took us a...
No, I only just got here. It was...
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here.
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock.
But you still know your way around.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here.
I didn't imply that. Detective. I have everything.
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? She went away because... Extra fine. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. What are you, crazy? Of course I...
Let's go.
Not so fast. You are...
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk.
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolari Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world...
Wow, you're a genius. Yes.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal... Are you serious? From your work? I don't know, you can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kits... That's Cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. No, don't. There's no need. You really need to take this up with your station.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only... Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying. Up on Marvel Hill.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Bio... Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't wonderful. Did you? Great. On a scale of 1 to...
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. You must be kidding. There's nothing like that. Good, sir. What does a young child... Indeed.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Everything is on the shelves.
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the...
Truth be told, not really. But you don't learn about the important things in life from... The truth is available if you just know where to look. And you have to open and free...
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved. A small mountain of colorful board game, an endless variety of source books. There's also a large hard books in a board game section. There's a box that says Wirral 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks, featuring an extreme rows and rows of Hyamdala men. Blur your vision, maybe 100? Not even close. Man from Hyamdal in hell. Man from a twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitch. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover. She's laughing at him. Between the throne and the Hyamdala man, especially those leering types, it's symbolic of vice and sin. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyamdal.
Oh, Man from Hyamdal. Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic. What does it matter? They're all the same. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hyamdala Man, the Man from Hyamdal.
These shelves are over. A couple of spook novels hide amidst.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders. You're a police officer, apparently. Oh, crime, you're a...
Crime fiction. Is it these books greatly what's more, they not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officers. You see, Dick Mullen, a killing is declared. Oh no, turns out he faked it. Yes, there's all tragedy calls for Dick. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic. Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Then this is the book for you. The plaque on the shelf reads,
I would say a very influential historical. The book is also very daring. The author, certainly, it's prudent for a person to have.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside. Browsing through all the books, suddenly, a particularly odd high-speed love. Next to Irv's life story. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing.
This bookstore is not strictly amidst the various books. The point of the book, and many others, it serves platitudes, while wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself. The book features chapters on, there's even a chapter on the ancient Serai. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranormal?
Sir, please, I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and
This bookstore is not strictly about crime. The throbbing in your head increases with every suddenly, as if out of nowhere. A small green book. The book contains very little explanation. The book contains, for example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked. It is supposedly invigorating, and it also recommends consuming, among other benefits. It is alleged to, for general health and well-being. Readers are, these strolls promise this is exactly what you need. There's an entire section devoted to cures for...
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular...
You see a set...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly...
You see some kind of charm. And this is a traditional Seminese. Inhabitants, aside from poking at it suspiciously.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books.
She speaks almost as if she... Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away...
Hello again, sir.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest. A striking woman leans against the cabin.
Good morning, officers. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from... I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know...
There's a trace of irony in his voice.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group. What we do. I'm afraid the Pines' core competency, and that is the terminal.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded Saint-Baptiste, Eliou.
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company.
$1 billion?
$20 billion is a large number. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. They started as an exploration. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels parked, you mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8%. We built this district, all the best parts of it. Before Martinez was a company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
This reality. What? Such an acute encephalopathy.
Don't be phased, madame. He found...
We may be here a while then.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
These are unimportant times, Detective. It's a neurological disorder.
She conveys it in short, cold, in case he goes down later, souring the entire point.
Well, it's either bariatric...
She nods.
Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie, out in the open somewhere.
We're in Martinez. Martinez is a district of You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the I'm not a good ambassador. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province. Revachol, the great...
As if it's self-explanatory.
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from in the DeLorean century. 300 and... They say it's where the terrible, by that I mean, conflicts. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million. Oh, we're quite a way off.
A sparkle of lights on the horizon, like
22 kilometers from the center of the world.
silence, the water, the light. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the... She observes your eyes scanning the horizon. This is one thought you need.
Was there something else you...
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am...
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent.
Indeed. I'm always at your service. What I am not is a basic term of reality. Glad to have been of assistance. Everything. Right up to, but not including, trades. I believe the official title is Senior Labor...
And how are the talks?
They're not. That's the problem. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in... Let's say I was not...
And when did you?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
But the strike began in...
I wasn't the original negotiator.
This isn't the first time.
Heavens, no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times. There are leaflets that every worker, a member of the board. In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time, just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. That may well be. It's not up, I'm not sure. And now...
Excuse me, from whom?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gate.
This checks out.
Evrart Clare is a man of the... Of course not. Evrart is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see. But the Débardeurs Union was once a organized labor at its best, as they...
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime...
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has... And your opinion, detective, if I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is... Of course, officer. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman...
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter downright haunting. If you're... The point of the presentation is...
Thank you for your concern, ma'am.
Mr. Clare told... Fuck off, midget. Go, keep in mind...
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake...
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lut, and this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
He looks at you, expect.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation.
How can I forget? I was hoping your condition was rhetorical, Detective. I have sympathy for your highly unusual condition, sir. And I believe...
I understand the dictates of...
I'm afraid not, Lieutenant.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial feelings will guide the way.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the response...
She's silent. The wind flaps the...
Officer. You know, I don't mean...
You're doing it, despite your...
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, the Union is conducting drug trade, or...
Detective, a word in private before we continue. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and this woman is running circles around us. She might have...
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the... You could request a new one from your station, but it would not hurt if you tried more in the future, yes. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her...
You're back. Good. What can I... Why, yes I am. Officer, I assure...
The crowns of her teeth up. Her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act.
The boat?
The word, it, feels strange.
It's a pleasure craft. A 19-pacer. Okay. How? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company... Why Dolores? Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name. My sloop?
I'm enjoying this part of the interview.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking...
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed... I mean, we are on Le Caillou. Are we not? I haven't seen anyone else.
Actually, that motor carriage has been... It's for crossing long distances.
Neither is this.
She's having a good time arguing against the law.
Good. Of course, Detective.
sturdy metal. The door rattles against the door rattles.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any... Doesn't matter.
From within.
The police? Everyone? No. I'll go check the back.
Backyard door. There must be another. The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. The faded marks are too degraded to...
Where? There? Those are old. Yes, the one that happened half a century ago. Not much. I don't have a friend.
We are still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
You see a set of tire tracks in a brown slug. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to you. No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let this cop have it. This isn't. An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East.
You see I'm throwing rocks. All right, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. Right, pig. This is where Kuno play. No, it's not.
He thinks you're fucking fool, Kuno.
Get the fuck out of here, pig. That's just some
There it is. That strange feeling again.
The fuck are you?
Trying to get you to talk gimp, Kuno. Don't talk.
In an eye. Fuck are you?
They're trying to make you...
You glance again at the roofing material.
Dunno.
Kipped is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese.
Look, Kuno doesn't...
Yeah, her.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Shitload.
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there.
Just a couple of pigs.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Probably climbed. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in... I don't know. Mesco.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp of science.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno? You wanna know where... Don't tell... It's not fucking lame.
Lame?
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that. Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno... Your test...
Get lost,
The fuck about it? Your test...
Get lost,
Kuno's Kuno, pig? The fuck are you calling it?
He looks slightly confused, but
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! Help! Pigs!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the...
Yeah, that's...
Bang!
there are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. The heavy worker's boots isn't this something an industrial worker?
Noted.
Heavy worker's boot, isn't this something an industrial worker would wear? There he still is, looking.
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow, Kuno!
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then?
Be still, my beating. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Of course, detective. Swift justice.
Yeah, swift.
See that ladder there?
Looks like someone left his... When the wind ruffles the cloak, you can most definitely see a white rectangle on its...
Yes, it's probably yours. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane tower. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse. His eyes trace the crane's contour.
Yes. We were in the middle of something. Your clock. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. Well, it doesn't seem...
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
What are we doing? We're off, or it could be that we...
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again. A tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings. is still caught on the railing. No, no, that's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm. You're very, all you feel is pain and weak. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though a